Aces are delightful. They can make you fly. The eights are frightful. They can make you cry. On Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you very much, and I welcome you to Card Sharks. Thank you. Well, this is no relation, but a brilliant poem. I hope it is a relation. Mrs. Robert Perry of Carroll Stream, Illinois, sent in that opening poem. Thank you very much, Mrs. Perry. And I am delighted to welcome some nice people with us for the first time from WTCN-TV, Channel 11 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Nice to have you here with us on Card Sharks. And now, let's get to the cards. Janice and Bettina will start loading in the cards, and we are going to set up for the tiebreaker with these Card Sharks. Shirley Pratt, our champion. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And again, would you remind us about yourself?
Yes, I'm Shirley Pratt. I live in Manhattan Beach. I work for a dentist in Hollywood, and I'm happy to be here again.
And you have won $3,925 in cash on Card Sharks, right? Doing well now. You got rolling. Our challenger, Marcia Marshall. Hi, Marcia. Nice to see you again. And won't you tell us about yourself?
Yes, my name is Marcia Marshall, and I live in Georgetown, Massachusetts, and I teach at a small community college just north of my home where I teach students who are ex-drug addicts and juvenile offenders.
Good. It's good to have you here with us again. You're standing up on a box there, right, Marcia?
I'm kind of sure. I'm only 5 feet and half an inch tall.
Little tiny person. Will you both cut the cards in front of the audience?
Yes.
Then we're all set to go. We play the best 2 games out of 3, and as we left off, each of you have 1 game and $100, and that means we are at the tiebreaker with just 3 cards up there and 3 questions here. And we'll start the tiebreaker. As we left off, the question goes to you, Marcia. And Marcia, we asked 100 bachelors, have you ever loved a girl more than you love your mother? How many bachelors said no? They always loved mom best.
Well, I think if they really loved that girl a lot, maybe they wouldn't be bachelors anymore. So I'm going to say that
how many said they loved mom best?
Going to be 30 loved mom more than another
30
girl.
loved mom more than any other girl they ever met.
Oh, no. I think they love these girls when they get them. It's lower.
Lower. If it is lower, Shirley, you get to play the cards first. If not, it'll be Marcia. And the actual number of bachelors who've never loved a girl more than they love their mother is 47, not lower. It is Marcia. Marcia gets control of the board and a look at a 10.
Change that card, please.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change the base card. Another 10.
Lower.
Lower than a 10. It is a 5.
Oh, higher, higher.
You're going to go for it. If this is higher, we have a new champion for the win.
Yes.
And Marcia wins it. Well, Shirley, don't you run away. You've been such a fine champion. Thank you. It's been a delight meeting you, and you won left with $39.25.
That'll do it.
Thank you, Shirley. Shirley Pratt. And Marcia Marshall, come on down here. Marcia, oh, now see, you are the perfect height for a Marcia Marshall. Marcia goes for the big money with the money cards right after this commercial break. Back with our champion, Marcia Marshall, who's won $200 in the game. Have you cut the money cards?
Yes, I have.
Then let's go get to the money cards right now. Come on, Marcia. And Marcia, as you know, the money cards are all shuffled. You've cut them in front of our audience. We'll start dealing them out as we give you $200 of new money and 3 cards on the bottom line. Move up to the second level. We'll give you another $200 of betting money and 3 more cards. Your minimum bet's $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must risk at least half the money. Good luck, Marcia. Got to make some of that airfare to get back to Massachusetts.
Right.
Here's $200. You can, of course, change your base card on each of the 3 levels, and if I don't trip over my cord getting over here, we'll play the money cards. $200. You start with a 3.
I'm going to bet all of it higher.
Whole thing, $200 higher than a 3. Yes! Doubling it to 5.
I'm going to bet $300 higher.
You've got $400. 300 of it higher than that 5. It is $700, and now you're near the middle.
$50 lower.
And a $50 minimum bet lower than a 9. She's right. It's an 8. $750, and most importantly, as we move up that 8, you can change it.
I want to change that card.
We'll give you the other $200 of betting money first. You've got $950, and the 8 becomes a 3 again.
All of it higher.
$300, all of it.
Please.
$950 higher than a 3. It is $1,900.
$50 lower.
Lower, going a little against the odds.
Lower.
I don't see any face cards. I hope you're right, Marcia. She says lower, and no. But you only lost 50. You've got $1,850 and still 2 cards to go.
To bet $1,500 lower.
Ooh, big car. Ooh, big bet. $1,500 lower than that, Jack? Yes! Well, $33.50 and up goes the 10. Do you want it?
That card, change it.
Big change for the big bet. The 10 becomes a 2.
All of it higher.
All of it.
All of it.
Trying to double $33.50 higher than a 2. Yes! For $6,700. Way to go, Marcia. Oh, that's terrific. Don't collapse on us now. You just won a lot of money. Marcia Marshall with the 200 in the game and $6,900. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I don't believe
You played great. We'll be right back with a new challenger right after this. All right, Marcia. We're dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards and time to meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Dana Garman. Hello, Dana. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Won't you tell us about yourself?
I'm Dana Garman from Upland, California. I'm a senior at Cal Poly Pomona, majoring in business management. I love to snow ski, play racquetball, backgammon, just everything.
Good. What do you intend to do when you get out of Cal State
Poly?
Pomona? Cal Poly Pomona.
My husband and I
right.
plan on opening up our business.
Good. Well, we wish you well, and we wish you well here. You've cut the cards?
Yes, I have.
Then we are set to go, starting the best 2 out of 3 with, and everybody shaking hands and ready to come out fighting, huh? We start with a question to you, Marcia. Marcia, we found 100 single women. Now, these women are at least 65 years of age, and they're dating. And we asked them, would you marry a man who kept calling you by his first wife's name? How many senior citizen women said they'd marry him anyway?
Well, I think a lot of women think they can change somebody when they get married, but I'm going to say that it's going to be kind of low. I'll say 35 women would marry him
35
anyway.
65-year-old dating women would marry him anyway.
If anybody called me by their first name, that would be it. I'm going to say it's going to be lower or they're in trouble.
Even lower than that?
Yes.
You don't figure being over 65 is going to change a woman's attitude?
No.
The actual number of senior citizen women who would marry a man who called them by his first wife's name is 24. Dana, you're right. It's lower. And the challenger starts off with a 2.
Fantastic. Lower.
Lower?
Higher. Thank
Higher
you.
than a 2. That's higher, a 10.
I'm going to freeze.
You'll freeze it. We move over the freeze bar, and you take that 1 card advantage. That keeps Marcia away from her cards. Dana, here's your first question. Dana, we surveyed 100 prison inmates. Now, these are all men who are currently serving time in Folsom State Prison. And we asked them, are you innocent of the crime you were convicted of? How many inmates claim they are innocent?
I have a feeling, even though they're in there, I think they're going to... Ooh, that's a tough one. I think it's going to be kind of high. I would say 50.
50.
50.
Say they are innocent of the crime that they're in prison for.
I'm going to say that it's going to be still a little bit lower, because even some of my kids who have really done things still don't like to admit it, and they still don't admit to anybody they've really done it.
So you say lower. The actual number of inmates who claim they are innocent is 31. You're right, Marcia. It is lower. Yes. And the champion's base card is a 10.
Change that, please.
Changing the 10 to a king.
Oh,
A good change.
lower.
Lower than a king. 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3. An 8. Lower than an 8. A 7.
I'm gonna freeze.
And we move over the freeze bar with Marcia needing 1 card. Dana needs 3. And this question to you, Marcia. Marcia, we asked 100 third-grade girls. Kind of a fascinating question. Remember, third-grade girls. Which would you rather be, a nurse or a doctor? How many third-grade girls said they would rather be a nurse?
I taught 3rd grade last year, and even though women's lib is getting around, it still hadn't reached my little girls yet. So I'm going to say it will be 65 would rather be nurses than doctors.
65 would rather be a nurse than a doctor, Dana.
I agree with Marcia in saying that girls are at that age still haven't decided to be women's livers, but I'm going to say it's going to be a little bit lower.
Lower.
Just a little lower.
The actual number of third-grade girls who would rather be a nurse is 96, not lower. Oh, Marcia, your logic was right on.
Card, please. Change it.
Big change. The 7 becomes a 6.
Higher.
If this is higher, Marcia has the first game in the match for the win. Yes! Changed the 7, and it paid off for her. So Marcia has game 1 and $100. Janice, if you will set up for game 2 with the same 2 decks of cards. And this question goes to you, Dana, as Janice deals them out. Okay. Dana, we found 100 people across the country who live in towns with populations of 10,000 or less. And we asked them, have you broken one of the 10 commandments today? How many people who live in small towns said they have broken one of the 10 commandments?
Oh, I'm afraid that's going to be pretty high. I've come from a small town, and even if you didn't admit it, everybody finds out that you broke one. So I'm going to say 60. 60
in the small town, 10,000 or less?
I come from a small town, too, of just less than 5,000, and everybody knows what everybody does, and I know it's going to be higher than that.
Higher.
More people will know.
Okay.
Small towns don't change human nature, huh, Marcia?
Sure don't.
The actual number of people who live in small towns who've broken one of the 10 commandments is 38. It is not higher, Dana. Well, maybe it does. Dana, you have an ace.
Oh, great. Lower.
Lower than an ace. King.
Lower again.
Lower than a king, a 3.
Higher.
Higher than a 3, a 6.
Freeze.
We move over the freeze bar. Marcia, we found 100 married women on a diet. And we asked them, married women on a diet, and we asked them, have you ever eaten food in the bathroom so your husband wouldn't know you were cheating on your diet? How many women admitted they have?
I shouldn't answer this question because I'm always dieting. I'm always eating in the closet or in the bathroom or in the cellar. I go out in the garage and I eat. I'm going to say that it's going to be 80.
80 women hid out in the bathroom to grab a bite, Dana.
I agree with her totally. I think it's even going to be higher than that.
Even higher. I'm learning things about you women I didn't know. The actual number of women dieters who've eaten in the bathroom so their husband wouldn't know it is 21. Not higher at all, Marcia. See, I think it was low, Marcia, because a lot more of them discovered they could eat in the garage. Marcia, you're starting with a 9.
I'd like to change that, please.
Changing the 9, winning the question. The 9 becomes a 10.
Lower.
Lower than a 10. 5.
Higher.
Higher than a 5. Oh, no, another 5. It is not higher, and that's a big break for Dana with a 6. You can call this for the win.
Higher.
If this is higher, you've tied up the match for the win. Yes, it is higher, and Dana ties it up. Well, each player with 1 game, $100. We will set up for the tiebreaker with 3 cards up there, 3 questions here, right down to the wire with 2 nice ladies. Dana, we asked 100 girls who are seniors in high school. If you could see into the future, would you want to know who you'll marry? How many girls besides those in our audience said they would want to know?
This is going to be high. I ask my mom that every single day I came home from school. I'm going to say 85.
85 seniors in high school would like to know the man they're going to marry.
No, I think you like to be surprised. I mean, it's kind of all the fun would go out of romance if you knew. So I'm going to say it's going to be lower than that.
It often turns out to be a surprise, too, Marcia. You say lower. The actual number of high school girls who would want to know who they'll marry is 65. You're right, Marcia, it is lower. And the champion starts with a jack.
Lower.
Lower than a jack? A 2!
Higher!
For the win, higher! Yes! Marcia does it! Making a comeback. Oh, Dana, thank you for joining. And you won $100 and some nice party gifts.
Thanks
for being
much.
here. Good luck with your business. Dana Garman. Come on, Marcia. Marcia Marshall did it again. And she goes for the money right after this. Don't go away. Way to go. Wait till your husband finds out, right? Back with our champion, Marcia Marshall, who's now won with the other 200 in the game, $7,100. What were you saying when you saw the sign go up there with $7,100?
I've never even seen that much money before. I can't imagine it.
Let's see if we can add to it right now. Let's get to the money cards. Come on up there, Marcia. You cut them again in front of our audience? Well, then Janice will start dealing them out as once again we give you $200, 3 cards. You know there's a total of 7 cards up there, and if you can go double, double, double all the way up to the top, that's $28,800, Marcia. Wouldn't you like to see that?
I'd love to see that.
Good luck.
One big pile.
Here's $200. And we'll start off on the bottom line with that $200 and an ace.
Oh, all of it lower. All of it.
$200, all of it lower than an ace. Yes, a 4.
$300 higher.
$300 higher than a 4. Yes, a queen, another good card.
$400 lower.
$400 lower than the queen. It is a jack. Ooh, I was afraid of that one when I saw the face card. We give you the other $200 as we move up the jack. You've got $1,300. Do you want the jack?
I'd like to keep the jack, and I'm going to bet $1,000 lower.
Big bet on a jack. $1,000 that this card is lower than a jack. No. But you're still in it. $300 and 3 cards to go, Marcia. Come on.
$300 lower.
All of it. $300 lower than a jack. No. Doggone it. Face cards failed you that time. But I think after the last one, you could afford a little failure there, Marcia.
I don't feel too bad about it.
No, come on down here. Well, you were trying to go for all of it there. Maybe you'll get another crack at it, because you're still here as the champion, $7,100 richer, and we'll have a new challenger in a moment. Right now, we're going to take time out for this. It was tough, but $2 grand. Marcia, Janice is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards, and here comes a new challenger on Card Shark. Vicki Thrasher. Hello, Vicki. Welcome.
Hi, Jim. Nice to meet you.
It's good to have you here. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Well, I live in Irvine, California, and I have been selling fish for a frozen fish company. And I'm just moving into a new house, so I'm spending a lot of time decorating and things like that.
Not with fish, I hope.
Not with fish.
Good to have you here, Vicki. You've cut your cards?
Yes, I have.
Then we are set to go, starting the best 2 out of 3 with a question to the champion. Marcia, our man on the street went to a small city in Japan where he asked 100 married men, did you wait until you were married before you kissed your wife? How many Japanese men said they did wait until they were married?
Things are pretty strict in a small city in Japan, so I'm going to say that number is going to be real high, and I'd say 85.
85 waited until they were married to kiss their wife, Vicki.
No, I still think that the Japanese customs are starting to change, and they're becoming more aware of American customs. I have to say it's lower.
You say lower?
Yes.
The actual number of Japanese married men who waited until they were married before they kissed their wife is 63. It's lower, Vicki, yes. Still, it was more than half, 63. Vicki, you start off with a king.
All right! Oh, great card. Lower.
Lower than a king, 7.
I'll go higher.
You're going to risk it. Higher than a 7. She's
All
right,
right.
a jack.
I'll go lower.
Lower than a jack, a 2.
I'll go all the way higher.
If this is higher, the challenger has the first game in the match.
All
She does
right.
the 4. Well, Vicki, you took a chance on that 7, and it paid off. Janice, deal out the cards, if you will, and we'll very quickly get into game 2. We're running out of time, but we want to get into it. Vicki, the question goes to you. Vicki, we asked 100 single women, did your mother ever tell you it's just as easy to love a rich man as a poor man?
Oh.
How many women said their mother told them that?
I know that I've heard that before.
Quickly now, Vicki.
I have to say about 70.
70. Higher or lower,
70.
Marcia?
That'd be lower. My mother never
Lower.
told me that.
The actual number of single women whose mother told them it's just as easy to marry to love a rich man as a poor man is 64. It's lower, Marcia. And the champion leads this game and starts with a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen. Oh, no, an ace.
Oh.
Challenger gets a break to play a 10.
All right, lower.
Lower than a 10. No, it's a jack. Couldn't take advantage of it, and Janice will fill in the spaces now. And we don't have time to get into another question right now. So, Marcia, this is the first time you've been behind?
I was behind my first game. The very first time I played, I was
Well,
behind,
the way she
too.
plays, maybe she'll make a comeback. We've got a good match. I hope you'll come back and join us next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye for now.
One of our polling groups will receive Gibson's 30-inch gas range featuring energy-saving electronic ignition, a work-saving continuous cleaning oven that cleans itself as you cook, and full front black glass styling furnished by Gibson. And some of our contestants will receive Be Everything You Can Be with Mary Kay Cosmetics, skincare and glamour cosmetics, presented to you in your home by trained beauty consultants Mary Kay Cosmetics, Dallas, Texas, and a hair blow dryer and Depamino shampoo. Organic protein shampoo, gentle enough for every day. For body, shine, condition, Depamino shampoo, beautiful new life for your hair. And from your local eye care professional, Liberty Optical's trademark personalized eyewear. A great way to make an initial impression, furnished by Liberty Optical. And the Pen Set and Pledge, the furniture polish that picks up fingerprints and smudges and gives your furniture clean, natural beauty every time you dust. Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.